There you are. Well, welcome to the virtual classroom, and I'm going to tell you now how you can revise for your business and finance exam. I like to call it an exam, makes it sound a bit more serious. Essentially, there's two parts of what I'm going to tell you. Number one, what's on the exam, and number two, what you can use to revise. So listen in. So the exam is quite simple. Unit 2, topics 1 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all you've got. And these are the things on it. We decided to leave out Unit 1, make it a little bit easier for you. So these are things you've done recently. Topics 1 to 3, of course, you've just recently had a big Kahoot on, so that's nice. So the second part, we know what's on the exam. What can you use to revise? Well, here's a number of things. First of all, there's a load of resources in SharePoint, and you've received an email invitation to SharePoint. In the SharePoint, you will find each topic from 1 to 6, which is on the exam. Inside each file, you'll find the PowerPoint, and you will also find the PDF booklets. You've got all the information you need. Then, of course, you've got your book notes. Use those, add to them, make it colourful, make it memorable. You've got your mind maps. Again, you've already done that. Those people who've done the best mind maps will find the things more memorable and easier to revise. Talk to your family. This is number 4 about the topics. They know so much more than you think. Now, when it comes to things like physics or Spanish, things like that, generally your family won't know much. But with regards to the topic of business and finance, they will know so much. So do have a chat with them over the dinner table, ask them for help on it. You can see I've typed in the word budgeting to search, and I've got 321 million results. In order to narrow that down to what I want, I don't want budgeting for adults or people in banks or businesses. I want it for people who are studying in Key Stage 3. I type that in and it brings it down to 174,000. And suddenly it becomes a whole lot more relevant. If you want to stretch yourself a bit more, type in GCSE. You could type in GCSE Business Studies, as it's given you a suggestion there, and suddenly you get a load of resources here that you can actually use, and some of them are incredibly good. Then we've got Quizlets. I've put a link on the assignment so that you've got a load of Quizlets you can go in and practice on. You can, of course, with Quizlets, you can use them as flashcards and games and so on. Go onto Teams, start a thread with your class in posts. Type in a very specific question about what you're struggling with or what you'd like help with. It might be that you've got a good handle on it and you just want to have a chat, a discussion with other people about that topic. I've put something very specific in here, and notice I've used commas, I've used all the punctuation and capitalized as well. Then what you do, rather than just leaving the question there, you tag someone in. If you're not sure, just go for an A. And there's a selection of people who've got A in their name. You might go for a T. There's people who've got a T in their name. And you think, right, I'll tag some people in, but tag a whole host of people. Don't expect certain people to always come back to you. If you can't get them, then tag me in. If people aren't replying, and give my name, I will see the message. And we can start a conversation and a discussion just as you would in the classroom. And then number 9, practice questions in SharePoint. Then we've got assessments. And in here you've got sample questions and the answers and the justifications for them. You've already seen stuff like this before. So we can look at this one. Increased consumer spending generally leads to which one of those 4? Now don't have a stab in the dark. Use your chains of analysis and think about what would lead to what, which leads to, and then as a consequence of. So BLT, because leading to, and therefore. So inside we see there's question 7, and the correct answer is B. Increased consumer spending leads to increased demand and higher levels of employment. If you thought through your chain of analysis, you would get that right. Of course, mind maps. You might want to create some new mind maps. or revisit your old ones or improve your old ones, mind maps are such a good way of revising and consolidating your knowledge all into one place. And remember how to do mind maps. Start at the center of the page, landscape, colorful image in the middle. Use words, use pictures, use those memory hooks in there, keywords printed out. Then make the lines associate between each thing, so they're thick in the middle, they get thinner as you go out, like you can see in orange. Then experiment with different ways of linking and emphasizing different aspects of it. That make that particular to yourself. And then it should be what we call a radiant hierarchy, so that the most important things are in the center and the least important things are on the edge. Oh, there you are. Is the video over? Hope that was useful. If you've got any questions for me about your revision or about the exam or parts of what we've studied, please ask me on Teams. Do make it on Teams, because it will help out your classmates as well, and tag me in it if you need that help. All the best with the exam and the revision. Oh, this place is beautiful. It really is nice.